Hi everyone, this is Bill. Here we are on a beautiful sunny day. Got the yearling ewes and their lambs out in the cereal rye. Thought I'd have you take a look at them and how they're doing out here. We went about a whole week getting rain every day, and then now we've gone at least a week without rain, so the guys haven't got here to plant the fields yet, but cereal rye all out here. Of course, they want to eat it down in one spot and then move on to another spot. I don't know why sheep do that. There's my little lamb I named Skunk. If anyone didn't watch my shorts and you want to see what he looked like when he was first born, I made some short videos on Skunk. If they have their tails off, that means they were born from April 13th until April 30th, and if they still have their tail on, then they were in the first part of May, and I didn't want to risk flies getting in their tails because I usually use the emasculator crushers and cut the tails off. But once they're May born like that one, then I use the band when they're only 24 hours old, so they don't have too much of a mass to band off. And then it seems like that's better for the flies, which the flies are just starting to come on now, but if I waited and cut them, then we could have a little bit more issues. As I said in my other videos, but I'll say it again in case you're new here, if you see a great big one-piece Z calf tag in the ear of different colors, then those are the full-blood ewes, and then if they have these smaller yellow tags, then they're the purebred ewes. I know the lambs, it'll be hard to see their tags because they have little bitty steel tags, but I put the full-bloods in the right ear and the purebreds in the left ear. I sure like having them out on the fresh grass to graze rather than having them in the barn like I do all winter. But I realize that different parts of the country and different producers breed different times of the year, and these late born lambs, the rams, aren't going to be mature enough for everyone. So I'll continue to do that February lambing for now. If I don't get all of them sold, I might start holding some yearlings over as my full-blood flock continues to grow. And at some point, if I get so many yearlings to hold over, I may just switch to this later lambing because it sure seems like it's just a lot less labor intensive. I kind of like this. Of course, with raising sheep, if you do raise them, you can understand the worms would be the biggest factor for having them out here, but I guess if you deworm when needed and try to rotate, that helps. And if they you do lose a couple, I know everyone hates losing lambs, but I guess if you lost a couple from worms, you're kind of weeding that. Weaker genetics are more susceptible out, and also your feed cost is so much cheaper that in the end you'll probably be just as profitable. I like April lambing, but I don't really think I like May lambing though, so it'd still be more labor of dropping them in the barn and then being able to have them out here grazing. But yeah, overall I thought these yearlings did pretty good for not getting grain. Let's see, in this group here, out of these 24 ewes, there would be 4 of them that had twins. And then in my last video, I was showing there the tail enders, and the one that's still the lamb, 5th set of twins would be that one ewe that's still in there. So it looks like I'm going to end up with 5 sets of twins on these 27 yearling ewes. I'm thinking that last one to lamb is probably just going to have a single. So on the 27 ewes, that'll probably be 32 lambs. Now whether I end up keeping it alive or not, time will tell, but so far I'm sitting at 31 on the 27. So these ewes just don't have a lot of lambs year one. After that, then they'll start having a lot of lambs, but year one they just have mostly singles. Kind of learn how to be a mother, I guess, take care of their lambs. A lot of people prefer that, some of you might not. If you want a lot of twins as yearlings, then you probably better choose a different breed, and then you could use an Ile-De-France ram on there to put the muscling in your lambs and get the growth. But yeah, it's just such a nice, peaceful day out here. I thought it'd be a good day to show you how they're doing out in the pasture. When I wasn't talking there, I don't know if you could hear the birds chirping in the trees, but it's just a nice, peaceful, beautiful day to be a shepherd, I guess. I've had pretty good luck with this electric netting so far. I guess some people I've heard have had a lamb or a ewe get caught in the fence, and I surely do not want to jinx myself, but so far I haven't had any trouble with it. It's just the labor intensity of moving it. But I got 5 rolls here and got a pretty good size area, so I don't have to move it as often. But I know it's just a matter of time now. The guys will be coming to plant the field, and then I'm gonna put them over in that pasture that's next to this field, and I'll use the netting and split the pasture up, but I'm not gonna intensively graze with it where I move them every day or whatever. But there's a creek that runs all the way down through that pasture, so they'll have a water source. Lambs will be big enough by then. I think that if the ewes want to jump across, they'll probably jump across and go with them. I know in the past, before my dad retired and he ran beef cows, every once in a while a calf would get down in that creek, and had them die before down in that creek. So I hate to really put the newborn lambs out there, but now these lambs are doing good enough. Even if they got down in that creek, they'd still just get back out of it, just be a little wet. But I'll wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.